Chaos, uncertainty, and in some cases, outright fear. Emotions are running high through the federal government as thousands of former workers reel from recent job losses, and as many more wait to see if they're next on the chopping block. Laura Aguirre reports.
In recent days, thousands more federal workers have been fired from roles at multiple agencies, including the Department of Energy, Veterans Affairs, Homeland Security, and the U.S. Forest Service. Also, the CDC, where officials say the exact number of job cuts is unknown.
Managers found out that team members had been fired because they emailed them and got a bounce back saying the email address no longer exists.
A source tells CNN the IRS is expected to lose around 6,000 employees this week in the thick of tax season. Proposed job cuts that could impact around 50,000 civilian employees at the Defense Department put on hold this morning, pending a more thorough review of what those cuts could mean for U.S. military readiness, say two defense officials familiar with the matter.
I don't support the process Doge and Elon Musk are employing, which is a wrecking ball.
Or perhaps a chainsaw like the one Elon Musk ceremoniously wielded on stage at the Conservative Political Action Conference Thursday night. Constituents of Georgia Republican Congressman Rich McCormick not holding back at a town hall in Roswell last night.
Why is this being jammed down the pipe so rushed and sloppily?
So
use a scalpel.
My understanding is when you say you have this many employees that you have to cut, that organization decides who they're going to cut. Now they may.
There's rising concern that this is kind of mindless and reckless. There's no pattern to it. There's no rhyme or reason to it, and it's going to hurt average American families, especially in their constituencies.
I'm Laura Aguirre.
Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Hakwadash, double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders, great millstone, and salutations to Akim pushing this word, saying honesty, the hopeful elect, and to the hopeful elect constantly enduring throughout the four corners of the world. Shalom. My name is Korah Allah. Going into this lesson, I don't have a title at the time, but it's the trials and tribulations that are upon the people. It's a lot of cuts due to your government, right? And I'm going to a few things, watch the video, and also have some other information I'll bring out and some scriptures, of course. Allowance makes for edifying lessons. This list is off of TikTok, and it has companies that supports DEI and companies that abandoned DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, this is also a federal cutback, so there's no longer DEI programs. So it's just more job loss. Now, yes, Jake, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that work in the field, that may work on the DEI, they lost their jobs, and even federal. Okay, now when you're dealing with DEI, you're not just dealing with Jake, you're dealing with all sorts of people. All right, you're dealing with heathen nations, right? The minority, so you don't have to be an Israelite or you don't have to be a West Indian or a so-called West Indian or a so-called Mexican or a so-called Negro. It could be any number of these different nations, and also the LGBTQ community. Okay, so we just saw the news, what's going on around the world, a lot of these cutbacks. So here's a list of companies that abandoned the DEI. So I'm not gonna read all of it, but you see McDonald's is right there. Okay, so that's another reason for Jake to stop eating McDonald's. Not only is it poisonous, all right, but that's not enough for Jake to stop eating McDonald's. But listen, these companies abandoned DEI, so hey, that could be a good thing. Okay, but you have Target, right? Jake, we all shop at Target, whatever. Boeing, Amazon, swap for Temu, Nissan. All right, and you have companies that support DEI, like Apple, okay, Costco, Delta, JP Morgan, right? You see Old Navy there, Macy's. Okay, So yeah, it's the point is there's job losses, there's a lot of cutbacks, and it's affecting the average day person. Okay, the family guy, the guy that goes to work, even, and the woman that goes to work to support their family. A lot of people losing jobs behind this thing. All right, and that's your government. It could be a push for the you know what. All right, the 666 mark. All right, it could be a push for that. So I'm gonna get a few scriptures, and loneliness makes for an edifying lesson. This is Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Your Creator is the Most High, and the Son of Yahweh Shai. Okay, in your youth, you know the Lord's dealing with you in your youth, because when in your youth you have your strength in you. Okay, and you're supposed to put your strength to doing the works of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know, as long as we have strength in you, you don't necessarily got to be youthful, right? But you know, it's this part. That's also part of the sacrifice. You know, but you know, it's not every brother's gonna come to this thing in their youth. All right, but it says, remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh. And the evil days are upon us. All right, you see what's going on with the cutbacks and whatnot. Okay, so it's gonna be bad. I think it's gonna be bad, and they're also gonna do away with certain government assistance. It says, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right? Because if you don't do the works now, don't think the Lord's gonna let you slide because you started doing the works during the time of calamity. You know, because after a while, we ain't supposed to be out there on the streets anymore. So we got to do the works while we still have time. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. And that's going into the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of this place. Okay. Now the Lord is gonna block the scriptures, the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, knowledge of the scriptures, right? The Lord's gonna block that because his men aren't gonna be out there in highways and byways. Okay. And your governments, they won't have any answers for you for what's about to come down the pike. Okay, they won't have any answers for you. You know, going into World War III, going into invasions, going into pestilence. All right, going into the collapse of the dollar. A lot of those things are going to be man-made, and it's going to be strategically done for the bringing in of their agenda, their new system. Okay, Ecclesiastes 12:4. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the street when the sound of the grinding is low. Now this is what I'm getting at also. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So it says, and the doors shall be shut in the street when the sound of the grinding is low. So that grinding, you know, when you in your grind, you're making your money, you're getting some income, you got some motion about you, right? But now that grinding is ceasing. You know, a lot of these people are starting to suffer, and the reason I'm even bringing this out, the Spirit's only bringing it out, is because, you know, I recently heard some bad news, you know, about, you know, some certain people that worked with DEI. You know, a lot of people are losing their jobs, and the way they finding out is they're not even receiving their checks. And when they try to call and see where their check is at, their job or their their company no longer exists. Okay, so that's pretty bad, you know. So it says, and the door shall be shut in the street when the sound of the grinding is low, and ye shall rise up at the voice of the bird. Heard the bird wake you up, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Yeah, the daughters of music shall be brought low, and the music is terrible. All right, the musicians are crackheads, Molly, all the drugs, the drug addicts, and the music is very low. You know, like low frequency music. It's terrible. You know, I put the radio on for 2 minutes, I have to turn it off. You know. So you see some of these companies, going back to the chart. Now, I found this information off of TikTok, you know, and it's crazy because I was looking, trying to find a list, and I couldn't find one. So I said, you know, let me try TikTok, and I found it on TikTok. So, you know, that's a spirit, you know. They were supposed to get rid of TikTok, but now they kept it around. But TikTok is very informative, you know. So it says companies that abandon DEI, even the companies that still support DEI, you know, they still trying to mask their true feelings, because who own these companies? It ain't Jake. It ain't you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Okay, these are Edomite-owned companies, and heathens own these companies, right? And they sell it and buy it amongst themselves. So the hatred that they have for our people, they're showing it. All right, because when you say DEI, it really the first person you think of are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, so they are showing that hatred, man. So Trump is doing a hell of a job, man, because he's bringing that hatred back. You know, now you people are seeing who your enemies are. At the bottom of this thing, it says support who supports you. So this is spreading division. Okay, so yeah, we in the time of race wars and calamities and things of that nature. You know, you see Apple and Costco is still keeping the DEI. They're still supporters of DEI, right? Macy's, Old Navy, Nordstrom's, right? But don't think that means that they're for you. You know, they're on your side. They're all the devil. You know, I didn't look none of these names up. I'm pretty sure you look up these names, you're gonna see a lot of these people are Edomites that run the business. Let's go to the scriptures. This is Luke 12:51. It says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. All right, so people expecting Yahweh Shai to come down. They're not expecting Yahweh Shai. They're expecting Edomite to come down and bring peace. Okay, but that's that false Christianity teachings you've learned. The truth of the matter is that the Lord's a dark-skinned man. His name's Yahweh Shai, and the Most High is the Most High's only begotten Son, and the Most High is going to send him down, and he's going to raise hell. Okay, death and destruction, judgment. Right? It says, suppose ye that I'm come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. So the Lord's going to bring division upon earth even before Yahweh Shai returns. And we're seeing it happen. Okay, this is going to lead to a race war. You know, this is going to lead to civil unrest, civil wars. All right, it says, for from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. And that's exactly what's happening. You know, some people wanted Trump to be in office, some people didn't. All right, and during the election, you had houses that probably put up who they voted for. or I voted for Trump, or I voted for Kamala, or I voted for Biden. So you had houses that had those, they put on display who they voted for. So when these things are starting to happen, they're going to look at you like, yo, why did you vote for Trump? Right? So that's going to be a lot of division right there, and it's going to get even worse as the cutbacks happen, because people had it good for a little bit. They'll work from home, they work over their phone. They have something called half business, half casual, where you work from home and your top half you have a shirt on, you have a tie on, then your bottom half you will have nothing on. You have you have your pajamas on, or you have on some boxes, and you was living the life. But now it's coming to a point to where all that is getting cut in half, or altogether done away with. And this is how people were enjoying their lives, spending time with their loved ones, and still making money, supporting their family. But now they're losing their jobs, they're losing their careers. Okay, so the time of peace is dwindling. It's been dwindling, okay, but now it's in your face, right? And things are only going to get worse. It says, the father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. All right, so that's gonna happen too. That's happening now. Starting with this truth. You amongst your family. You tell them what's going on. You might prophesy to them, and they'll look at you and start to quarrel with you or disagree with you. Next thing you know, you got to find a new place to live. All right. And, that same energy is going to go towards themselves when they argue, when they, so-called talk politics or whatnot. But that's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua putting that energy, that confusion on them. Here it is. These things are happening, and the elect is like, the hopeful elect is like, okay, cool. We're just doing the math. So now this is happening, right? They got to bring out that MOTB. You got wars, rumors of wars happening, right? You got ghost wars happening, because we're in World War III right now. The lesson cut off, but I was actually saying we're in World War III right now, but the people, the people of the world, especially in America, they'd rather be in denial about it. They hope it goes away, but it's not going to go away. It's going to happen for prophecy's sake. So the hopeful elect hasten the days is watching these things happen, and we ain't really worried about it because we know things have to get bad before it gets worse. Okay, so we're waiting on a few things to happen right now. Like we see all the calamity happening around the world, and we see we're in a time of war. So what have to happen before it proceeds is the chip has to have to be implemented, and we see that happening. That's why Elon is set up the way he's set up right now, because he's gonna help push those chips. He's gonna help push, going digital, robots, more chips. Okay, so all roads at this point, is leading to the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Revelations 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Okay, now this right here is referring to the elect, the hopeful elect that's constantly enduring. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we kept it to the best of our ability, our faith. Right? It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And the hour of temptation, it says, continues to say, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right? So the hour of temptation is going into, well, you take that chip. Okay? Some people was going to take it for medical reasons. Some people are going to take it for to make things easy access. Okay. You know, the word I'm trying to get off my mind, for more convenience, right? Some people are gonna take it because they want to be half man, half cyborg. You know, they've been watching too much Terminator. They've been watching too much comic books. You know, and some people just gonna take it just because it's the new thing. Everything is going digital. Why not? Right? Well, if you take that chip, you put to death. You know, so that's the hour of temptation that's going to come upon the whole world. 'Cause it's not just going to be in the Western Hemisphere or it's only in North America and little parts of Sweden. No, it's going to be the whole world. Okay, China's moving towards the chip. Russia's moving towards the chip. Okay, so they're pushing this thing on the same pace, and that's all through the Spirit. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Revelation 3:11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. All right, so we got to hold fast what we have, spiritual knowledge and understanding, especially in the times to come. Okay, this spiritual knowledge and understanding is going to be a dear thing. It's going to be precious, like how eggs is precious now. The price of eggs is going up, and pretty soon it's going to be hard to find eggs. Okay, this spiritual knowledge and understanding is precious, man. It's going to be real, especially in these last times. This is what's going to save us. You know. Ultimately, you know, I'm going into, when I say wisdom, knowledge, understand, I'm going into faith in Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shan, and the Holy Spirit. Okay, that's what's going to save us. You know, Lord will be of that number, and that's why scriptures also say it's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. Revelation 3:11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Okay. With that, Lord willing, was an edifying lesson. I want to say all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Hakwadash, double honor to the apostles, which the Ellsworth Millstone, and citation I can push this word. Don't say honest.